Hey guys, welcome back. And this time I'm going to be talking about a horror Christmas film, and that is P2 from 2007. And a long time ago, I did see it, but recently I was like, you know what, I'm gonna revisit that again because I hadn't seen it for years. And honestly, like rewatching it, I didn't remember pretty much anything about it, honestly. But I do remember enjoying it. And basically, you have this businesswoman named Angela who basically is working late on Christmas Eve, and she is going to meet up with her family for Christmas and everything, and then she ends up discovering that her car, isn't starting, and she gets trapped in a parking garage at her place of business, and she's trying to get out, and then there's this security guard that's obsessed with her, basically kidnaps her and keeps her against her will, and she basically, escapes, and then basically tries to find a way out and to get away from the security guard and to get home to her family as soon as she can. And that's basically the whole premise of the film. And the film stars Rachel Nichols and Wes Bentley. Rachel Nichols, she's from the Amityville Horror remake. She was on an episode in Sex and the City apparently, and she was in the prequel for Dumb and Dumber, Dumb and Dumberer When Harry Met Lloyd. And yeah, she's a pretty good actress. If you don't know what she looks like, that's her right there. Yeah, I thought she did pretty well as the main lead. I really liked her, and she did some other films too, like the Alex Cross movie. She also did G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra movie from 2009. She did the Conan the Barbarian remake with Jason Momoa, which I liked that one, and I liked the G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra. She was also in the 2009 film Star Trek, which I'm not a big Star Trek fan. But yeah, she's done a whole bunch of stuff, and she played the character really well. She's a very independent, smart, kind, caring woman, and you really feel bad for her that the security guard is head over heels when she doesn't even know the guy, and yet he's still, batshit crazy over her. And Wes Bentley, he's really good as the villain, and it's him right there. Yeah, he looks kind of creepy there. I'm not gonna lie, but he's a very good actor though. He was in the Ghost Rider movie with Nicolas Cage, which is a good one. He did the Pete's Dragon remake from 2016. He was in Interstellar, which is a good one. The Hunger Games. He was in Yellowstone, My Big Break, American Beauty. Um, and apparently he was also in American Horror Story Freak Show, which I haven't got to that season yet, but it's a very good series though. And the screenplay was, well, one of the people that did the screenplay was Alexandre Aja, and he also was one of the producers, which he also did the Piranha 3D remake, Mirrors, High Tension. Very good filmmaker for the horror genre. And yeah, the character of the security guard, his name is Thomas. Yeah, his character is really, mentally like gone, and he does some very horrific things, and he has a dog too, and the dog is pretty crazy, out of control. And there's definitely some jump scares in the movie. Uh, and they work really well, especially the beginning. It's very, like when I saw, it, I was like, Jesus, and sometimes when like the dog even comes out of nowhere, like it scares the crap out of you, and that's what I mean by. The jump scares in this movie actually really work, and it isn't necessarily like it. You'll find it in the horror genre, but really, um, it's more of like a thriller, and even says um, like psychological horror. Um, I'd say it's like a psychological horror thriller, I guess you could say. And there is some violence. Like, don't get me wrong. Like when the violence is there, it's pretty brutal. Um, like he definitely, like the security guard. He definitely kills one guy. I'm not going to say who it is or how it's done, but yeah, it's pretty cringeworthy in my opinion. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Like that scene. Will definitely make people want to turn away and everything because it's pretty nasty. And yeah, there's a lot of blood in the movie. And it's definitely not, for people who have weak stomachs or who don't like, horror movies or anything, because it's very, very intense. And what's scary about this is that it can happen in real life. I know a lot of people might be like, "Oh, well, it's just a movie. Like, it's not realistic." But certain movies, yeah, are not realistic. But ones like this definitely are, because like there could be someone that you live next door to or work with or something that has like the hots for you, and you don't know it until they say something and they act all crazy on you. Like we've seen this happen in many other films, like Obsessed. With not Taraji, Beyonce and Idris Elba. There was also When the Bow Breaks. There's also Fear with Mark Wahlberg as the crazy guy. There's also the hell's the name of that movie? Fatal Attraction. So there's a lot of movies out there that are sort of like this. But obviously, different circumstances, like with those movies and this movie, but they still have the similar, plot line sort of thing going on with the person's obsessed and the other one, you know, isn't really that interested or something. But yeah, I like the music in this. They had some good Christmas songs. They had Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt playing in the beginning and toward the end, and they also had Elvis Presley's Blue Christmas in the middle of the film. I thought that was nice. Very good Christmas songs, and I like the whole atmosphere of the movie. Like it's has a dark, eerie tone feel to it, and there's like a scene where like she's in the parking garage and it all goes black, like the lights completely turn off, and that's very claustrophobic for certain people. And it's not claustrophobic for me watching it, but it's definitely claustrophobic. Sort of vibe to it. And she's the only one in the whole area, so that makes it, very creepy and everything. And of course, the security guard is in his own office and everything, and everybody's gone home for the holidays and everything. And you want her to go home to her family and everything, but that's not what you're gonna get in this movie. And this one, isn't really, you don't really hear many people talk about this one unless they're like a horror junkie. But yeah, the it's a very, it's a not big budget movie. It's like a lower budget movie. It's like the budget of it is like $3.5 million, and like the amount it made when it came out worldwide is 7.7 million. So it made a little bit more than what it was worth. But it received mixed reviews from critics and was a box office failure domestically, averaging less than 1,000 per cinema during its opening weekend. Despite this, the film went on to gross 7.7 million internationally, becoming an eventual, modest success. So there you go. That's on the Wikipedia page. It's also distributed by Summit Entertainment, which Summit Entertainment is known for distributing the Twilight Saga, movies like that. And to me, like I think it's an underrated Christmas horror film. And again, it's not really talked about a lot, but I still think it's definitely worth watching, and even if you are skeptical about it, I still recommend you give it a chance. It has a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. I think it's a little too low. I think it should be at least like a 6.5. That's just me though. Is it a perfect movie? No, but it's still quite a lot of fun in my opinion. And there's definitely some white knuckling scenes in the movie, and the scenes, there's a lot of scenes that are very intense, and I'm not going to give anything away when it comes to like intense moments. So, if you've seen the movie, you already know what the answer to that is. But for those who haven't seen it, I'm not going to get in too much into the what happens towards the end and what happens and stuff like that, because I want you guys to see it and then come back and we can talk about it then, or something. Or if you've already seen it, you want to talk about it in the comment section, you can, and I'll be happy to talk about it with you. But yeah, this has a DVD release, no Blu-ray, surprisingly. Wonder if Scream Factory will end up releasing it, or Arrow Video. I mean, I think one of them should, in my opinion. It's just on DVD now. It is on Blu-ray, but not in North America. From what I understand, I looked it up yesterday. As I watched the movie yesterday, it was on Prime for free. So if you guys have Amazon Prime, you can type in P2 and it'll come up. And I think it was a very well-made movie. I'd say like it's not better than Silent Night, Deadly Night, or it's definitely not better than what you call it. It's another Christmas horror movie out there. I'd say it's definitely not better than um, Christmas Evil. I would say was a bit better. Same with Santa Sleigh. I think Santa Sleigh was a little bit more fun. I'll have to rewatch that again sometime. And Violent Night, that's not a horror movie, but it definitely wasn't better than Violent Night. Violent Night was a much better film, but I think it's a very fun, Christmas horror movie. And if you still want to watch a horror movie during the holiday season, if you want to watch something that's based around Christmas that's horror related, I recommend giving it a look, even rent it or buy it or something. I think you'll like it. Definitely not for the kids because it's pretty graphic. So definitely not for the kids. You got to be 17 and older in order to watch it, in my opinion, because it's pretty nasty. So if you've seen the movie, you'll understand why I said it's definitely not for kids. So keep that in mind. So thank you guys so much for watching. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everyone gets everything they want, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.